Hari Om. Welcome to this Chinfo channel and Ola Sanskrit Sahitya-rasa series. We are reading Malavikagnimitram. Let me start with an invocation. Saraswati Mahabhage Vidye Kamalalochane Vishwarupe Vishalakshi Vidyam Dehi Namostute Vidyam Dehi Namostute. Hari Om. So, last time we were reading that Agnimitra's Amatya has brought one scroll, and he is reading out of that. And that scroll, after Amatya reads it, Agnimitra is very angry. What is there in that? There is, this Vaidarbha Raja, that is King Yajnasena. Now, Yajnasena and Madhavasena, they are cousin brothers. Madhavasena's sister Malavika is betrothed to Agnimitra, and he is coming with his sister, his retinue, to meet Agnimitra and give his sister's hand in marriage to Agnimitra. While he is on his journey to Vidisha, this Yajnasena, the Vaidarbha king, who is the born enemy, because cousins are always the born enemies. Because they have, in Marathi we call Bhaubanki, So these brothers will have property shared between them, and therefore they cannot get along with each other. This has been stated by Magha in Shishupala, by Chanakya, by Kamandaka. So cousins are the Prakritya Mitra. Secondly, those who are sharing the borders are also Prakritya Mitra. They are Amitra. Okay. Now, Amitra could be derived from two things, like two verbs or two ways. One thing in general, Mitra is a friend. So, Amitra is na mitram, amitram. So, foe. But interestingly, it has been derived from a root ama. Amitra, M.R. Kale's edition gives you that Amitra is derived from root ama. And then Amehe Dvishati Chit, there is some sutra 4174, and then this becomes Amitra, that is a Shatru, that is a foe. Okay, so Na Mitram, Amitram is also one thing. So what I wanted to say is that Avaskadya Grihitaha. So this Madhavasena, along with his sister Gautami and other parivara, he is coming to meet Agnimitra in Vidisha, and on the way, Yajnasena's army, they invaded, attacked him. And in that attack, and people started running here and there, there was a lot of scuffle and so much of confusion. And in that confusion, Malavika got lost, Gautami got lost, but the army could hold captive this Madhavasena. And this Madhavasena should be released. That is what Agnimitra has told Vaidarbha king Yajnasena. That Muchatam Madhavasenaha. To that, Yajnasena is counter-replying, and he is making an exchange offer. If you set free Maurya Sachiva, who happens to be my Shala, my brother-in-law, then Madhavasena will also be released. So he wants to make an exchange offer. Like the terrorist attack and all that, the pirates having our aircraft also, going somewhere, and then they demand that, you release those criminals, and this VIP guest will be released by us. Something like that. So you release this Maurya Sachiva, and this Maurya Sachiva, I just tried to construe it to the whole historical background, that Pushyamitra, how he became king. He was the Senapati of the last Maurya king Brihadratha. Okay, so he got Brihadratha killed because he was a very passive king, not at all interested in the welfare of the society, his subjects, and therefore Pushyamitra took it over. during that scuffle, the Maurya Sachiva, the last Maurya Sachiva, perhaps was held captive and is jailed by Agnimitra and Pushyamitra. And this happens to be perhaps Yajnasena's Shyala. So he is demanding that if you release that Yajna, this Maurya Sachiva, I will release Madhavasena. Naturally, the king gets very angry and he says, no, you ask the Senapati, Danda Chakram Adnyapyatam, something like that. And then there is, Danda Chakra. So you ask the Senapati to go against him and take care means we defeat this Yajnasena who has been boasting of his valor and teach him a lesson. Okay. So, atha karya vinimayena mayi vyavaharati anatmadnyah. Such a fool he is. He wants to have some exchange offer with me. Because he is a samrat. Agnimitra is almost a samrat. His father has performed Ashwamedha and has set the horse free, loose. So who can challenge a sovereign king, a master? And this Yajnasena is challenging him. So Vahataka prakritya mitraha pratikulakari cha vaidarbha tadyatavya pakshe sthitasya purva sankalpita samoola munmoolanaya adnyapyatam Danda Chakram, etc. So Danda is an army, the Chakra is the entire army, not only the infantry but the cavalry and the elephant, Ghodadal, Paidal, Ashwadal and all that, So Danda Chakram Adnyapaya. And then but then he feels, Athava Kim Bhavan Manyate, I should take your consultation as well. You are my minister. And the minister says, from here we wanted to read the new portion. I just took a recap of what we did in the last lecture. Athava Kim Bhavan Manyate, Shastra Drishtam Aha Bhoho, Devaha. Devaha Aha, whatever my lord said, the king said, is Shastra Drishtam. Shastrena Drishtam. So whatever is drishta, is seen, is depicted, is revealed through Shastras, that only the king has stated. And then he quotes a verse, very beautiful verse, again a very generalized truth also hidden in that. Achiradhishthita rajyaha shatruhu prakritishu arudhamulatvat navasamropana shithilaha taruhiva sukaraha samuddharatum. Shatruhu samuddharatum sukaraha. Okay. The enemy, samuddharatum, sukaraha, easy to be uprooted. Samuddharatum, extracting, extirpating. Sukaraha, sushtu, shobhanam, kartum shakyam, tadrishaha. So sukaraha samuddharatum shatruhu. Kidrushaha shatruhu achira adhishthita rajyaha. One who has been placed on the throne, one who has been entrusted the kingdom newly, achirat. Chira, for a long time. Okay? Chirakal adhishthita rajyaha is one who has been ruling for a long time. Achira, very soon, just recently, just a few days back, Achira adhishthita rajyaha. So Shatru is Achira Adhishthita Rajya. He has newly acquired the kingdom, and as a result of that, so there is this Karana Alankara or Hetu Alankara. Because he is newly established, he is newly declared to be a king, Prakritishu Arudha and therefore he is not Rudha. His roots have not got established in Prakriti. Prakriti, the general meaning is Praja. Okay? But there is a technical word, Prakriti, Sapta Prakritayaha. And that is what the 7 pillars of kingdom stated by Chanakya. and then later on followed by all others. So these are Swami, the king, the master, Amatya, the minister, then Surut, the friend, the allies, Kosha, the treasure, Rashtra, the Janapada, Rashtra, the actual kingdom, Durga, the forts, and Balani, Bala, the army. Swami, Amatya, Surut, Kosha, Rashtra, Durga, Balani cha, Sapta Prakritayaha. So these are the 7 pillars, 7 constituents of any kingdom. So this is a technical term. Otherwise Prakriti means Praja. When we say Raja, Prakriti Ranjanat, it more, it is associated with the Praja, with the subjects, than these technical term, the Sapta Prakriti. Okay. So one who pleases the people, he is called Raja. Raja Prakriti Ranjanat. But Prakriti, when it is used here in that political context, it is a technical term and it means these 7 strongholds of any kingdom. So Prakritishu Arudha Moolatva, because he is newly declared king, naturally his Amatyas are not, they do not have experience of working with him. They don't know how his mind works, how his impositions and dispositions, his deliberations are, and therefore everybody is, judging. It's in a judgmental position now, and not that, I have established my rule and I just tell and the people will obey me. Not like that. So Amatyas are also not very comfortable. The Bala, the army, he yet has to get the stronghold on that. Kosha, he yet has to get the full account of the income and expenditure, how much he has, how much Ratna, Manikya, how much money, what is the Kara Paddhati, this, that, so everything, Kosha, Rajya, amongst the people also, he is a newly declared king. Navanirvachita, like MLA, he has to do something and then get people know about him, is it not? And therefore, because he is a Achiradhishthita Rajya, Prakritishu Arudha Moolatvat. Therefore, Tadrishaha Shatruhu Samuddhartum Sukaraha. It is very easy to get rid of such an enemy who has not been strongly established himself, his capacity, his potential amongst the people and amongst all the inevitable constituents of the governance. Because he is newly appointed king and therefore he is Samuddharatum Sukaraha. Then there is a simile. There is an upama given, very befitting upama. Nava samropana shithilaha taruhu iva. When you do tree plantations and all that, you put a sapling, you plant a sapling. The sapling to get rooted and the roots to get spread in the soil, it will require some time. You plant it today, then tomorrow or after a week or so, you can easily uproot it and plant it somewhere. Because it is shithila, it is loose. It is not rooted firmly in the soil. It is Nava Samropana. Nava Samropana goes along with Achiradhishthita Rajyaha. So one-to-one similarity we can establish. Okay? One-to-one similarity. Nava Samropana is Achiradhishthita Rajyaha. And Shithilaha. Shithilaha is Prakritishu Arudha Moolatvat. Basically the Moolatva applies more to the tree, to the plant than to the king. So this newly planted tree, the roots have not found its place firmly in the ground and therefore it is shithila. It is shaky. Okay. And therefore you can easily uproot it and throw it out or plant it somewhere else. But once it gets established, once the roots go far and wide in search of water, spread horizontally and give, a stability to the tree, then it is very, very difficult to uproot such a grown-up and firmly established tree. So very nice simile, perfect upama here given by Kalidasa here. So this is Chanakya I quoted. Katyavema quotes Kamandakiya Nitisara, but Kamandaka is nothing but an abridgment. Kamandakiya Nitisara is more or less an abridgment of Chanakya's Kautilya's Arthashastra. Okay, so this is the verse with a very good simile in this. Then the king says, Te nahi avitatham tantrakara vachanam. Then I must say that the vachana, the speech or the saying by tantrakara. Tantrakara, tantra, is any device. Tantra is any technical text. Tantra is any technical text. For example, we have Bhairava Tantra. Bhairava Tantra is a text which gives you all the modalities and the processes of Bhairava's worship in the tantric mode. Okay, so Bhairava Tantra, Kama Tantra, Kama Shastra, Kama Tantra. So these are the typically used words for some scriptures like Kama Tantra, Bhairava Tantra, etc. etc. So tena hi avitatham tantrakara vachanam. So here tantra means the Rajya Tantra. This tantra is Rajya Tantra, the political science, or Arthashastra, okay, which is also political science. Arthashastra hardly deals with economics, it deals more with the political science than with the economic part of it. Economics is just a part of it, not the entire thing. Entire Arthashastra deals with political science because bhumihi arthaha tasyaha labhapalanopayah yasmin varnyate tad arthashastram. And therefore, Tantrakara Vachanam may refer to the Vachana of Chanakya, who is the Adya Tantrakara known to us. Of course, Chanakya also refers to his predecessors, especially Barhaspatya Tantra, Brahaspati's Tantra. But then you can name Chanakya, which is available to us, or you can have Kamandaka, Nitisara. You can also refer to Mahabharata, Shanti Parva, especially Shanti Parva, which gives, so many chapters are there in Shanti Parva about good governance. This is Bhishma advising King Yudhishthira how to rule the newly acquired king after he has defeated all the Kauravas and got them killed. So, tena hi avitatham. So, whatever the Tantrakara has stated, that is avitatha, that is the truth. Avitatha. Vitatha is a lie, untruth. Avitatha, that is truth, that is valid. Okay? So, no wonder what Tantrakara said is valid, it works very true. Idameva vachanam nimittam upadaya samudyojyatam senapatihi. So give this as an excuse. See, there have been some, some scuffles basically because both of these kings are sharing their boundaries. So chutmut ladaiyan hoti rehti hai, something might be happening. And perhaps Agnimitra is waiting for an opportunity, an excuse to uproot this Madhavasena and teach him a lesson of his life. And this Patra gave him a very strong excuse to invade him, to attack him. Okay? So, idameva vachanam nimittam upadaya. So, this vachana of his, that is this lekha, likhita sandesha of his, becomes an excuse for us. Nimittam upadaya samudyojyatam senapatihi. Employ the general, the commander-in-chief against this. So, this is my order that Senapati should be asked to invade Yajnasena. Tatha iti nishkrantaha. Okay, he goes. Now when he leaves, parijanaha yatha vyaparam rajanam abhitaha sthitaha. The other parijana, like those, who are serving upon him, like first we saw last lecture, parijanaihi anvasyamanaha raja pravishati. Anu asyamanaha. Anu is behind, Anu is following. So if the king is seated on his throne, the other people are sitting around him, back, after him, at his back, according to their positions. There may be few people who are fanning him, like chaurya dhalnare lok आहेत, they are parijana. And some other ministers, etc. So this amatya leaves, but the other people who are serving him, who are waiting upon, anvasyamanaha, waiting upon, so they are still there. So Raja is just relaxing, maybe he's closing eyes, and he's just thinking how he made a decision. This was a great decision as a king, and this is going to affect two countries and the people in the countries. So, when we take a very major decision like this, we contemplate on that for a while. So maybe he's sitting like that, and that is the time when Vidushaka makes an entry. Now, who is this Vidushaka? Vidushaka, is the inner, Antarangamitra of the king. Antarangamitra of the king. And normally it is stated that Vidushaka is a Brahmana by birth. Okay? He is Brahmana by birth, and his name should have like Kusuma, Vasanta, etc. And Karma Vapu Vesha Bhashadhyaihi Hasyakaraha. Karma, he does such things, such acts that people laugh at him. Karma. Then Vapu, his body. I mean, the way he stands, the way he walks like this, like a hunchbacked, having an hunch, or with a stick, like an Ashtavakra, he would pose himself. So this is how normally Vidushaka is depicted in the Sanskrit dramas. So his Vapu, he is very thin, but with a very round belly, because he is a glutton. He loves sweets, apupa, modaka, and whenever there is something referring to the meals and all, he is the first to go there. Okay? Bhojana vela anatikramaniya, that is his famous dialogue. So Vapu, Vesha Bhusha, whatever is Vesha, he is a Brahmana by birth, see? But there is a difference between a Brahmana who is a Tapasvi, who is Vedabhyasa Nirata Brahmana, and a Brahmana who is playing the role of a Vidushaka. Both will be clad in a Veshti, but that Veshti, wearing that Veshti will be different from a Tejasvi Veda Vidya Dhyayana Rataha Brahmanaha and the Vidushaka. So his Vesha also, because Vesha is a part of Aharya Abhinaya, right? So it is not only his deeds, his words, his speech, whatever he does, the very moment he enters, he will create a bout of laughter among the spectators. So karma, vapu, vesha, bhashadhyaihi. And there are so many other things. I mean, every character playing the role of such Vidushaka can innovate many ideas, innovate many devices, many ways to create laughter in the Rangagriha. Hasyakaraha. So with all these, karma, vapu, vesha, bhashadhyaihi, hasyakaraha, he generates laughter amongst the audience, amongst the spectators. Another thing is, kalaha ratihi. He takes pleasure when people fight. It's not only when other people are fighting, he will, just enjoy. He will induce the fights. This is what he has done here in Malavikagnimitram. He has already sown the seeds of fight between the two dance masters, Ganadas and Haradatta. And Achirat, soon, they both will be coming, fighting, verbally fighting with each other. Let us go to the king and let us get a decision from him. His word is the last opinion. Who amongst us is the best dance master? He has already sown that seed. So, Kalaha Priyaha. This is like Narada Muni, who will induce fights, and then Narayana, he will go on laughing and enjoying their fights. Similarly, this Vidushaka, he will induce that fight and he will take pleasure, he will relish when two people are fighting. And he will give some upama also. See how like bulls they are fighting and all that. Okay. So, Kalaha Priyaha Syat Swakarmadnyaha. And the definition says, Kalaha Priyaha Syat, that we have seen, Kalisa Narad, Swakarmadnyaha. And what is, he is Swakarmadnyaha, knowing his own deed, his own work, his own task. And what is Swakarma? Bhojanam Vidushakasya Swakarma. Bhojana is his own karma. So always he will talk about Bhojana. Okay. So this is what Vidushaka is. I mean, Vidushaka literally would say like Visheshena Dushayati iti Vidushakaha. One who defiles one's character. Visheshena Dushayati iti Vidushakaha. So in a way he defiles the character or the personality of a Brahmana Varna. See, though he is a born Brahmana, he doesn't behave like a Brahmana. He defiles the character of Brahmana. In a way, he underestimates and looks down upon, he makes people look down upon Brahmana by his own Vapu Vesha Bhashadyehi. Karma Vapu Vesha Bhashadyehi. So, Visheshena Dushayati iti Vidushakaha. So there enters Vidushaka, and interestingly, though Brahmana, he speaks Prakrit. He doesn't speak Sanskrit, he speaks Prakrit for the simple reason that he is not basically Tapasvadhyaya Nirata like Narada Muni. He is not Veda, Vedartha, Sampanna or Veda Vidnyasam, knowing the Chaturdasha or Ashtadasha Vidyasthanani. In fact, in a drama of Bhasa called Avimaraka, Vidushaka says there is a epic called Ramayana, and there is this Shakuni in that Ramayana. He mixes up Ramayana and Mahabharata. And when the Cheti asks him something, what is written here, then he says, oh, I see, but etadaksharam mama pustake nasti. Whatever book I have read, etadaksharam mama pustake nasti. So he creates laughter in that. So he is not a very literate fellow, okay? And therefore he speaks Prakrit. So he says now here, Adnyaptosmi tatra bhavata radnya. Now, Vidushaka has been given a task by the king. Adnyaptaha asmi tatra bhavata radnya. Pakulavalika, when she came, she said, Adnyaptasmi tatra bhavatya devya dharinya. Similarly, tatra bhavata radnya aham adnyaptaha. Kimiti? Gautama chintaya tavadupayam. Gautama, his name is Gautama. Okay, Gautama, Madhavya, Vasantaka, Kusuma, I mean such names are there normally for Vidushaka. So Gautama, Chintaya Tavadupayam, think of some device, some means, some trick, some upaya, some trick. Yatha me yadrucha drishta pratikritihi Malavika pratyaksha darshana bhavati iti. So that Malavika, who was seen by me, yadrucha, just by and by, I just happened to see her in that picture, in that portrait, because I happened to go to that Chitrashala while Dharini was looking at that picture which was freshly painted, and I just happened to go there and saw her But now I would like to see her in person. I saw her only in a picture. So the king must have given some order to Vidushaka. Just think of some means, some trick by which you can devise some plans, So if that plan fructifies, I will be able to see Malavika in person. So yadrichha drishta pratikritihi Malavika maya pratyaksha darshana bhavishyati iti. Pratyaksha darshana bhavati iti tadrisham upayam chintaya. Maya cha tat tatha kritam, and I have just accomplished that. I have thought of a plan. Maya cha tat tatha kritam tavad asmai nivedayami. Let me go near him and tell him about what I have planned. So he goes near the king. When he comes near the king notices him. Vidushakam drishtva ayam aparaha karyantara sachivaha asman upasthitaha. This is another sachiva. That was one sachiva. Lekha hastaha amatyaha vahataka was one sachiva. Okay. This is another sachiva, karyantara sachivaha. Anyat karyam kartum yaha niyuktaha tadrishaha ayam sachivaha. He is called Narma Sachiva. Basically, Vidushaka is called Narma Sachiva. He is the Sachiva, the companion or friend of a king in lighter matters, in softer matters like love affairs. Karyantara. The main karya for the king is his governance. For that he has Vahataka, for that he has Veerasena as the Antapala Durga and many more people. But for the other karya, for his love affairs, the external affairs, the external affair minister. So not in the sense which we are using now, Pararashtra Mantri. This is external affair in inverted commas. So Karyantara Sachivaha Asman Upasthitaha Vardhatam Bhavan Itaha Asyatam Vidushakaha Upavishtaha. Raja just asks, Api Kachid Upeya Upaya Darshane Vyapritam Te Pradnya Chakshuhu. See the way he asks. He has full faith in Vidushaka's innovative ideas. Vidushaka is very creative. He may not be intelligent because he has not studied the Shastras. He doesn't have that Panditya in the scriptures, in the Shastras, but he is a street smart fellow. So, Pradnya Chakshuhu, your eye in the form of your talent, of your intellect, has it been employed, Vyapritam, V-A-Pru, the Taktavatu Nishtanta Rupa, the past passive participle. Api te Pradnya Chakshuhu Vyapritam Kasmin Upeya Upaya Darshane. Darshana in seeing some upaya, some means. In what? Upeya, to go near the goal. Upeya, the goal or the objective which you want to achieve. And upaya is the means which helps you to reach that goal. So, the king is asking, Kachid te pradnya chakshuhu upeya upaya darshane vyapritam kim. Have you employed your talent eye in the form of talent in searching for some means to reach my goal? My objective is to see Malavika in person. So for that I have asked you, Gautama chintaya kamapi upayam. Have you found something? Then he says, Prayoga siddhim pricha. Why are you asking only upaya? Ask me the siddhi. You entrust one work to me. Have I ever betrayed your faith in me? I have done everything which you wanted me to do. So prayoga siddhim pricha. Don't ask for upaya. Ask how it is going to be fructified very soon. Kathamiva? Raja is very curious now because he is dying to see Malavika in person. So Kathamiva? Now the trick is Vidushaka reveals the plan to him, but the people, the spectators and the audience and the readers won't know of it till it happens, till it is revealed on the stage. So Karane evamiva. He speaks something in the ears of the king. Because Vidushaka is a close companion of the king, he has that much proximity. He can take liberty to go near the king and whisper, murmur something in his ears. Otherwise, who will dare to approach the king? Nobody, right? Because he is a king. And the king has to have that luster, that beauty, that prabha, which makes him inaccessible at times, unapproachable at times. But Vidushaka, being a very close companion, he has that liberty. He has that proximity, that license to go near him and whisper something in his ears. Karne evamiva. Raja is very happy. Whatever his plan is, Raja feels, oh, this is going to, fructify, like this. So let me just wait and see its fruit, see its reward. Sadhu vayasya nipunam upakrantam. Oh, well done, my friend. You have indeed done a very good job, great job. Idanim duradhigama siddhau api asmin arambhe vayam ashamsamahe. I had found it as duradhigama because I already have two queens, Dharini and Iravati. That is one thing. Secondly, Dharini has kept her in her custody and she is not allowing her to go out. So how will I see her? So this was really duradhigama. This upeya, this particular goal, this artha, this laksha is really duradhigama, very difficult to approach. But then with your plan, I feel asmin arambhe vayam ashamsamahe. This will start very soon. That I am very sure of this. Kutaha artham sapratibandham prabhuhu adhigantum sahayavaneva drishyam tamasina pashyati deepena vina sachakshurapi. And then he quotes a very nice verse. I think a couple of months back, I am on Facebook, I am posting few subhashitas, every week or so. So I think couple of months back, maybe 3-4 months back, this has occurred on the Facebook as well. So you may go through the Facebook posts also to read beautiful subhashitas from the literature. So, artham sapratibandham prabhuhu adhigantum sahayavaneva. Sapratibandham artham. Artha is a goal, an objective, a laksha, which has many impediments, which has many hurdles to approach it, to go near it. Pratibandha, hurdle, impediment. Okay. Sapratibandham artham adhigantum, to go near that. Prabhuhu, the Lord, sahayavan eva, if he is assisted by a friend like you, then only it is possible. Otherwise, sapratibandham artham adhigantum raja api prabhuhu api na shaknoti na samarthaha. Sahayavan eva prabhuhu samarthaha. That is the meaning. And then he gives a very nice drishtanta for it. You have something, you enter a dark room, okay, and you don't see anything because there are so many hurdles. The dense darkness is there. You are not known to the place. That is second thing. So if there are certain things in the room, if you want to see, what you require? A deepa, a lamp. So the person, sachakshuhu api, he has both the eyes. His vision is very nice. Some people take the patha here as suchakshuhu api. Suchakshuhu, having a very good eyesight, but that doesn't serve the purpose at all. So sachakshuhu, that means he is not a jatyandha. He is not a blind person. If a blind person goes in a dark room or lighted room, it doesn't make difference to him because he can't see. He is impaired. His eyesight doesn't work, right? His vision doesn't function at all. But here, sachakshuhu api tamasi drishyam na pashyati deepena vina. Without deepa, without a lamp, even a person with good eyesight cannot see the thing to be seen. So drishyam becomes the artha, the object, the laksha. And tamas is the pratibandha. Artham sapratibandham, one-to-one corresponding similarity is there. So sapratibandham artham is as good as tamasi drishyam. Now that sapratibandha artha is possible for Prabhu. Prabhu is sachakshuhu api. But he can drashtum parayati sahayavan eva. Here deepena eva, deepena saha. So deepena vina na pashyati. This is given in negative. That means deepa is very much essential in seeing a thing in darkness. Otherwise we can't make head and tail what we are encountering. Without a deepa, we can't even say that. And therefore, deepena vina na chakshati, sahayena, deepena vina na pashyati, sachakshuhu api, tathaiva, sahayena vina, mitrena vina, prabhuhu api, sapratibandham artham adhigantum na shaknoti. Okay? So, very good this thing, Aryavritta. And here, technically, it is given as a sandhyanga called parikara. Once I think I mentioned in the introduction to Kalidasa, and especially while talking about Malavikagnimitram, this is the first drama, and therefore he has, composed this drama, written this drama in the framework of the dramaturgical rules. And therefore, I think I briefly referred to the Pancha Sandhi and the Pancha Avastha and the Artha Prakritayaha, Bija Bindu, Prakari, Pataka, etc. And there are so many avasthas, and there is Mukha, Pratimukha, Garbha, Nirvahana, Sandhi. So here, and every Sandhi has got a little subsets called Sandhyanga. Sandhyanga. My professor T.G. Mainkar, way back in 70s, he has written a very nice book on Sandhis and Sandhyangas in Sanskrit literature. So you may see that book also. So here it is a parikara nama Sandhyangam uktam bhavati. This is what the commentator has to say. We are not going into the details of that. One thing is for sure, the moment the king had seen Malavika in the picture, the bija, the seed, it is there. Oh, I must see her. I must see her person. So for the love to get fructified later, that bija has been sown the very moment he saw the picture. Okay. So that bija bindu we can see. We won't go into details of the sandhyanga and all. That is too technical. And then our rasasvada hiyeta. Rasasvada hiyeta. Nepatye. Now he said that there is, I have done something and prayoga siddhim pricha. So they are just having this conversation. Behind the screen, there is some sound. Two people are verbally having verbal exchanges, heated verbal exchanges. Alambahu vikathya. Rajnyaha samakshameva avayoho adharottarayoho vyaktihi bhavishyati. Don't boast too much, okay? You are boasting, you are the great. I feel that I am the great. Rajnyaha samakshameva. In front of king alone. Avayoho adharottara vyaktihi bhavishyati. It will be decided amongst us who is adhara, the inferior, and uttama, that is the superior. Adharottara yoho uttara is the superior. So who is superior and who is inferior will be decided in front of the king. Don't boast too much, okay? Raja Akarnya Sakhe Tvat Suniti Padapasya Pushpamudbhinnam. I see the tree in the form of your Suniti Padapa. Padapa is a tree. Padaihi nama mulaihi pibati iti padapaha nama vrikshaha. So Suniti Padapa, Suniti, your well-designed plan. Okay, so that well-designed plan is as if a tree, it's a rupaka. I think it is started blossoming, putting forth flowers. Pushpam udbhinnam. What Vidushaka says? Phalamapi achirena drakshasi. You will see the fruit also very soon. What is the fruit? Malavika in person. Okay, Malavika in person is the fruit of that Prayoga Siddhim Pricha, whatever is his plan, Upaya. So that Upaya, the plan, the fruit is the Pratyaksha Darshan of Malavika. Phalamapi achirena drakshasi. Tatah pravishati kanchuki. Now they have to be reported to the king that here stand two, dance masters waiting to see you. Deva amatyaha vidnyapayati. First of all, he comes and tells, no loose threads, okay, in Kalidasa's dramas. Raja has sent Vahataka with some order, whether that order has been implemented or not. So, Deva amatyaha vidnyapayati anusthita prabhoho adnya. So, your order has been communicated. To whom? Senapati, Danda Chakram Adnyapaya and Samudyojatam Senapati. So that has been conveyed. Your order has been implemented. Punaha, so that is one part. Punaha, Etau Punaha, Haradatta Ganadasau. Here, Haradatta and Ganadasa have come. Ubhau Abhinayacharya. Both are the Abhinayacharya. They are Acharya, the Gurus in Abhinaya. Abhi plus Ni, Abhini, that is to take all around. What? Our bhava. Whatever is the emotion, whatever is the feeling, that should be manifested, exhibited through your kara, through your apanga, through your shira movement, all those things. Chaturvidha Abhinaya. So when the bhava gets abhinita, abhitaha, nitaha bhavati bhava, saha abhinayaha, abhinaye ye acharyau. So abhinayasyava acharyau, ubhau, etau, paraspara jayaishinau. And both are competing with each other. They are vying with each other. Who is superior? Normally in one profession, the same profession, if both the people have equal, what you can say, credentials, their CV is almost same, there is always a competition between them. If there is a senior and junior, there is no competition. If there are equals, the competition has to be there. It is there. If not, very distinctly visible, subtly it is always there. So, paraspara jayaishinau. Both want to conquer each other. Both want to have an upper hand over the other. Paraspara jayaishinau. Tvam drashtumudhyatau. And they have come to see you. Sakshat bhavau iva sharirinau. As if they are the bhava, the emotion personified. Sakshat. Sa aksha. Akshnoho samipam. Akshnoho purastat. So they are themselves a everyone, each one from them is an accomplished teacher, acharya. He is not just a shikshaka. Acharya is, a grade higher, acharya. And therefore we call all the spiritual gurus as acharya, right? It is not just a shikshaka or upadhyaya. It is acharya. Who is acharya? Nirukti gives, Niruktakari, asker gives you so many Niruktis. Achare sadhuhu ityapi acharyaha. Acharan chinoti iti acharyaha. One who picks and chooses tits and bits of good behavior, that is acharya. Achinoti artham, achinoti vidyaha iti va acharyaha. One who picks up and grasps vidya bit by bit. Because vidya has to be collected. Kshanashaha, kanashashchaiva, vidyam artham cha sadhayed. Kshane nashte kuto vidya, kane nashte kuto dhanam. So kshanashaha kanashashchaiva, aha chinoti vidyam artham va. So he chinoti, chi is to gather, to collect. So acharya is one who gathers or collects vidya bit by bit, moment by moment. No moment goes waste in jnana grahana, in vidya grahana. He is called acharya. So ubhau acharyo in abhinaya, paraspara jayaishinau, tvam drashtum udyatau. They are very eager to see you. No, we want to see you. Like that. Sometimes what happens is the king is not easily accessible by all people, unless it is a Janata Darbar. The kings or the ministers are not easily approachable. There are the secretaries, there are some people who, in the bureaucracy, we call them Nandi of Shiva. Shiva is accessible, but the Nandis don't make our entry sulava. That is the problem many times. The bureaucrats, they stop us at the gate. No, saab meeting mein hai. Something like that. Saab may be like relaxing there, but saab meeting mein hai. So this is how it happens. So Kanchuki wouldn't have allowed, these two, because king is talking with his Karyantara Sachiva, Vidushaka. But Udyatau, they are very keen on seeing you. Bhavau, Sakshat Bhavau, Iva Sharirino. As if they are the Bhava embodied. They are Bhava personified, having Sharira. Bhava is an abstract concept. Bhava is an emotion. It's an abstract concept. If Bhava were to have a body, it will be like Ganadasa and Haradatta. So this has been told to the king by Kanchuki. Now who is Kanchuki? Kanchuki again is a typical character in all the Sanskrit dramas. He also happens to be a Vriddha Brahmanaha. Vriddha Brahmanaha. And normally the king listens to him because he is Vriddha. Vriddhopasevi, Chanakya says that the king who is Vriddhopasevi gains a lot. One who waits upon the elderly people and listens to them, he learns a lot. So Raja listens to him and he is a Brahmana. And therefore also Kshatriya has to pay respect to the Brahmana. And another way, why he is called Kanchuki or Kanchukin? Kanchukam, Asya, Asti, iti Kanchukin. And what is Kanchuka? Kanchuka is a large gown type, cloak type robe. It's one piece robe, one piece attire called cloak, or like a big gown, from top to bottom it is one Kanchuka. That is called Kanchuka. And one who wears that is Kanchukin. So Kanchukin, Deva Amatyaha Vidnyapati, Tvam Drashtum Udyatau Sakshat Bhavau Iva Sharirino, Praveshayatau. Okay, let them enter. You cause their entry. This is Nijanta Prayoga. Cause their entry. Yadadnyapayati Devaha iti nishkramya tabhyam saha pravishya. He takes permission from the king, goes out, brings them both and enters again. Itaitau bhavanto. Please, this way. The king is here. You can go and see him here. And then Ganadasa Rajanam Vilokya, one verse, and then comes Haradatta stating another verse. In Kale's edition, the first verse is spoken by Haradatta, and the second verse is spoken by Ganadasa. Okay? But in the edition which is I am referring to, this is Ramchandra Mishra's edition, and the other one is Ramakant Pandey's edition. Both have Ganadasa speaking the first verse. Why there is a difference, I mean, how does it matter? You may ask, what is the difference? Both the dance masters have come and both will praise the king in one way or the other. There is a subtle difference. And that subtle difference makes it, obligatory who recites the first verse and who recites the second verse. It is not the first and the second, the order, the content of the verse. So, nachana parichito na chapyaramyaschakitamupaymi tathami parshvamasya salila nidhiriva pratikshanam me bhavati sa eva navo navoyam. This is one verse, and the second one is Dware niyukta purusham abhimata praveshaha simhasanantika charena sahopasarpan tejo bhirasya vinivartita drishtipataihi vakyadrite punariva prativaritosmi. When we see the meaning of this, we'll see it next time, because now it's hardly 4 minutes and I won't be able to complete even one verse. And I want both these verses to be read one after the other. So we'll read it next time. But then you also think for the time being, do some homework and just let me know through your WhatsApp group. You can have this posted before 9th of April, which you feel is the right verse for Ganadasa and which befits Haradatta. You can read the rest of the passage also, few pages there, and then you can decide for yourself. Kale's edition has it, Ganadasa's is the second verse, and Haradatta speaks Nachana Parichito, So I leave it to you. So this is something for you to ponder over, contemplate upon, and just give your logical reasoning to what and how you opine on this. So with this, I think I will close today. I wanted to give you some etymologies also, like Yadricha, for example. Yadrichaya drishta Malavika, pratyaksha darshana katham bhavishyati. So Yadricha, yena kenapi ruchanam Yadricha. Rucha is a gatyarthaka root. Yena kenapi ruchanam. That is, in whatever way you have to go there, you have to reach it. That is called Yadricha. So Yadricha is by your own will. Yadrichaya, Yadrichayopapannam, etc. And that was one thing I wanted to tell you. And then Upeya, Upaya, I think I already told you. Upayaihi, Upeyasya darshanam. Pradnya Chakshu also we saw. And Sapratibandham, this is a Drishtanta, Artham Sapratibandham. And the figure of speech here is Vyatireka. The figure of speech is Drishtanta by Vyatireka, because na deepena vina andhai tamasi drishyam tamasi pashyati, na deepena vina. So Vyatirekena, not Anvayena. Because the first line is Anvayena, Sahayavaneva Prabhu Adhigantam Samartha. But the second line, the Drishtanta, is given by Vyatireka in a negative manner. So that also I wanted to tell you. So I think this is enough for today, and we'll meet next Sunday, 9th of April, with the 2 verses by Ganadasa and Haradatta. And before that, I would like to hear from you what you feel is Ganadasa's verse and which is the Haradatta's verse. With this, let me take leave. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. See you next Sunday. Till then, do your homework and come prepared. Read it further. Hari Om.